What's going on? Mirrored Cat, Cutie Viz, Lars, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you guys are today. Welcome into this early Sunday morning stream. My name is Tom, I am the Astro Canuck, and today we are going to watch Virgin Galactic launch Richard Branson into outer space. And I guess they'll probably bring him back, but still. Alpha! Good sir, how are you? How are you doing today? How have you been? Dastardly Dave, how are you doing? Good morning. Good afternoon to you. Excellent, Alpha, good to hear. Thoughtful Neanderthal, what's going on? How's it going? That's it, we are successfully over. It is almost complete. It is almost complete. I'm anticipating a call maybe later this afternoon or tomorrow to go collect my stuff, go collect my equipment from Toronto. It is en route from Montreal. And we're going, yes, Cutie, the redemption. Thank you very much for the Ask an Astronaut redemption there. We're at page 226. Actually, let me play that redemption because it didn't even show up there.
Hello there, kids. It is an astronaut, Tim Peake. Ask me a question.
Alpha, you released some new stuff over at SoundCloud a couple of days ago. Excellent. Wonderful. Look forward to checking that out soon. I'll have an eye on that. Alright, page 226. Barbecue was delicious. I was thoroughly stuffed with hamburgers and hot dogs. And there's plenty of leftovers, so probably be having hamburgers and hot dogs throughout the week. But it's good. It's also nice and convenient that my brother and mom have birthdays around like the same day, so we just kind of get it, as many people as we could. Well, it's just immediate family together, and just being able to see everybody again. You know, it was really good. But it was delicious. There is no hangover. Although I'm kind of slightly glad that they did push back the launch by about an hour and a half, so that's all right. So from Tim Peake's Ask an Astronaut, which QVids redeemed, page 226. What was the first proper food you ate once you came back to Earth? The first proper meal I had was Sunday lunch in my crew quarters at the EAC. Until then, I had mostly snacked on the flights from Kazakhstan to Cologne. Whilst in space, during one of my ham radio calls to school, one student had asked me what food I was missing the most. I had replied that I missed fresh fruit and salad, of course, but I also missed fresh bread and pizza. This bread that we got in space is extended shelf life bread and designed to prevent the growth of microbes. This bread has been formulated to reduce the amount of free water in the dough by using binders such as glycerin, and that had been sealed in oxygen-free packages. The other option was to use a tortilla wrap in place of bread. Although both are perfectly adequate for a quick peanut butter and jam sandwich, it's not the same as eating a nice fresh bread. I do love a nice loaf of fresh bread. And that is something most astronauts really miss in space. Perhaps John Young already knew this when, on March 23, 1965, he smuggled a corned beef sandwich aboard his Gemini 3 capsule in the pocket of his spacesuit. His crewmate Gus Grissom was delighted when Young produced the snack in orbit and offered him a bite. Mission Control were less than thrilled, claiming that the crumbs could have wreaked havoc with the spaceflight's electronics. I was pretty delighted, too, when my crew support team produced a fresh pizza, fruit and salad as my first proper meal back on Earth. I love Hawaiian pizza. I know, it's like Marmite. You either love it or hate it. And the taste of warm, fresh bread with chunks of juicy, fresh pineapple was truly delicious. It was the best pizza I'd ever tasted. So, it's funny the easy things that are here on Earth that you just can't have out in space. Although the corned beef sandwich was hilarious. Is that G Fuel? This is T Fuel. Welsh boy! Welsh boy, thank you very much for the 4 months in a row, the 4-month streak. Hope you're doing well, sir. Thank you very much. Yes, Tim Hortons, the unofficial sponsor of my stream. I am fueled by Tim Hortons. I will never get anything sponsored by Tim Hortons, but, you know, I support the Canadian coffee. Well, yeah, imagine smuggling a sandwich into space. Well, they did it. They did it, and I'm sure it was like the absolute best sandwich they had ever had. We can make that happen. I don't see how. I need to play more hockey, maybe. Get involved with more of the community there. Canuck Crunch, Breakfast of Champions. Folks, how you doing? Good day to you. Andy! Andy, thank you very much. How's it going, sir? How are you doing? Thank you very much for the 8 months in a row. Appreciate that so much. And now we have the moon. Yes, I've started to get things decorated there. Have I got my hands on the maple Coca-Cola yet? I have not. I'm reticent to try that. I wonder how it's going to be. Is that going to taste? Because, I mean, Coca-Cola is already sweet. You're throwing in that bit of... Thank you, Mirrored Cat. Thank you very much. All of the notifications just for a month for a while, but we'll return. No worries. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Mirrored Cat, for the 7 months in a row. Andy, you're about to crash, but just saw you on. I appreciate you delaying the your journey into Slumber Town for us, just to pop in. Appreciate that. Today we are going to be watching. We're going to be watching the test flight of Unity 22 from Virgin Galactic, which I had to pick my stream title specifically to eliminate the word Virgin from Virgin Galactic. So we are watching Mr. Richard Branson being launched into the depths of outer space, and we'll see how he likes it. But this is what we are what we're waiting on there. Sunday night here just turned to Monday, so you're 12:15 there. There we go, Unity. That's it. That's what we were waiting on there for their coverage to begin. It says it's going to start at 10:30. It was originally supposed to start at 9 a.m., but they had to. Pardon me. They did push back things due to weather last night, but I think right now everything is good. Like we should be on track. I'm saying that. Let's. Oh wait, that was 3 hours ago. Let's see if they're still. Oh, he's still excited. New time. That's fine. It's 3 hours ago. So it looks like that is the. Yeah, it looks like they're still on track for 10:30, which is good. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that when that starts. And it was I don't usually do a Sunday morning stream. I think the only other time I actually did it was when we started building our Lego International Space Station, which I am very happy to be able to put that up on the shelf once that comes in. So we are, decorating the more of the office with more space-based images there. We got my photo of the moon hanging up on there, but we'll also be able to. I also have some of the other prints that I'm going to be hanging up there. It's just between last night and this morning, I wouldn't have all the time to get everything put up there. because I'm using the command strip, so I don't damage my my wall here. So it's just easier. You're a potato. We're all potato. I feel like a potato. I am pretty much just waking up. I've been up since 7 o'clock, but just being alert now. So I got coffee in me. It is coursing through my veins. Werewolf, good morning to you. How's it going? Good to see you in here. How's life back home? Life is much busier than it was before. It's gone from just me in a tiny little cottage in the UK to almost full-scale social life back in Canada. And you know, it's good. It's good to be back with family and friends and just getting out more as well, and just being more comfortable with the surroundings there. And it has been hot. We were up to 41 degrees with the humidex the other day. It's not so bad today. I think we're what's our weather for today? What are we at? Probably like a low 20s. Yeah, we have kind of maybe rain and 22 degrees. Not too bad. That's all right. What's going on, Nick? Nick Ange, how you doing, sir? Good to see you in here. We are awaiting the start of the coverage for the Virgin Galactic global live stream of the Alpha Unity. And for now, I'm probably going to rebrand it as the Alpha Unity 22 Spaceflight Test Crewed Flight Launch Stream. And the whole purpose of this flight today is to test out the whole customer cabin experience, and just kind of demonstrating some of the human-tended research experiments that are going on there. And Richard Branson is kind of like evaluating the whole experience as a passenger. I am doing well there, Nick. Doing very well. Toby, sorry. Toby, how's it going? Good to see you again. We're at a nice, a different time. And I think the last time we did this, we were, like I said, we were building the Lego International Space Station. And I am looking forward to building the Apollo 11 lander. So that's going to be fun to do. Yeah, it's a bit of a different thing. We've covered the Mars lander, the Perseverance landing there. So it's yeah, kind of fun to check these out and to see like a lot of people are going to be watching this. So it's, yeah, I figured kind of gather us up together as well, hang out for a bit on a Sunday morning. But yeah, Nova Charter, hello sir, good morning, good morning. Please tell me if I'm ever inappropriate. Don't mean to be. Don't have many. No worries there, Nick. Appreciate you coming on in there. It is all good. We, we're it's fairly, we're free and open on here. There's that. We're good. We're all good, man. We're good to have you in here. I've been kind of reading up on exactly what Virgin Galactic is doing. And it's pretty interesting just to see. I mean, this is the 22nd test flight that they're running with this there. So they do have the qualified pilots that are running the whole piloting the whole system there. And yeah, Richard Branson is on there. He is like I said, he is kind of evaluating just the whole overall experience of what it's going to be like as a passenger in there. Got the Tim Hortons ready? Yes, at the ready there. We are fueled up. Made sure to get a large for this morning. And see, this used to be like, I know we're going back a little while here. This used to be extra large. And now the extra large is like twice the size of this one, which I think even a extra large coffee now is still a bit much. But, you know, I remember seeing in the States with some of the Tim Hortons there when I'd be in Detroit for some work, and people would come in with these like twice the size, like these tall boys of coffee, and like, what is, that's the extra large, and it's like, oh my goodness. So eventually that did make its way to into the Canadian retail stores, and yeah, just the size is. I'm still, you know, even if I'm ordering like a medium, I've ordered a medium a few times, and it's like a tiny little thing. I'm like, oh, they've changed their sizes. And what's my usual Tim Hortons donut? It is usually an apple fritter or a honey cruller. It used to be, as a kid, it was more of the Boston creams, or the eclair when they had them in there. And it's rare to find a shop that carries the chocolate eclairs as well. So when you see those, you gotta have one just for nostalgia's sake. But it seems that apple fritter is like is a nice go-to there. Standard here, everything is about mass consumption. I have a friend who went to Hardee's years ago, and it was just the experience he had at the drive-thru was incredible. Like, it was just an epic story that he had to tell. So it was ridiculous there. Ishwood, hello, sir. How you doing? Sorry you missed the first Canada stream. That's no worries. Good to see you in here. Hope you're doing well. You've been making tons of awesome wood turning projects there, haven't you? There. How's it been going there? Honey, I'm home. Lars. Good to see you making it in. How was the? What were you shooting this afternoon? What were we up to? Starbucks sells the Trenta here, 31 ounces of coffee. Like, it's almost a whole liter of coffee. Like, that's bananas. That's crazy. I love a Boston cream donut. Don't want to bore you, but can I also ask a little question? But no, Toby, that is perfect. Go for it. What do you got there? What do you? I am looking at binoculars. I have a loaner pair of binoculars. I'm looking forward to using there. I did use them for a little bit when we were out camping, and it was like I was dodging the clouds. So yeah, always looking into what's going to be some good, affordable binoculars that are going to do the trick, you know. Hardee's and Carl's Jr. is very homophobic and misogynist. They can't survive in my city. It's like there's so many. I've seen so many other chains that have like kind of suffered from the the managerial standpoints of things. It's just you're running a national food chain, or just like, I don't know. I think it's good that people wouldn't support that, you know, because we just there's. I try not to get up on a soapbox here, but it's frustrating at times. It's frustrating most of the time when it's just there's so much of this negative news, and it's just yeah, it stinks. It stinks that there is this that people have a hard time with life, and nobody should be having a hard time with this. Nobody should be segregated for anything like that. Don't know why people's hearts don't explode from the overstimulation. It's when he was my friend ordered a medium drink, and it was like a bathtub of cola, and it was just kind of one of those things. The guy who was taking the orders, and it was just like, he's like, "This is a medium," and it was just like, "Son, here in the South, I'm a medium," and it's just like, man, It's a different, like you go below the Mason-Dixon line, and it seems like a totally different world out there. They survive with women in skimpy outfits here in the States, mostly in the South. It's an interesting world, and I think we're being exposed to a whole lot more than we have been. I try not to always like have that saying when I was a kid. You know, it just seemed like we were much more sheltered. I think the awareness is good as well for everything going on. That it's not just nobody's really turning a blind eye to things anymore, which is good. But bring things to attention there. You're out looking for birds and insects, but not much luck today. I always like to capture insects just as they take off in flight, because it's just that that chance shot of capturing that moment there. And I also like if I'm photographing bees and you see their little tongue sticking out, you capture that there. In the UK, the nation is split north and south by class. Here in the States, it's by political viewpoint. And even the education system in the US can be swayed by political ties. So that's another thing. While I was researching for my dissertation a few years ago, and just learning that it's everything that's taught in school in the States is subject to just the beliefs of those in the area. So there isn't a solid education system where everybody's going to get equal and where they're going to have like the equity within education, that everything is going to be learned, everything is going to be taught. There's nothing that's basically going to be off limits. It's the more you know, the more knowledge you can gather and form proper opinions, rather than getting your news off of Facebook or BuzzFeed. I always pick on BuzzFeed. I don't know why. I think that's the only one I kind of actually took note of. So yeah, Toby, if you got that question for the binoculars, always happy to answer that. They're always happy to talk about anything and everything, really. It is astronomy and astrophotography at the heart of the stream, but we'll go off on all sorts of topics there. Like the one you just posted in Discord. What do you got there? Yes. Yeah, just like that. That's wonderful. I love the just how fuzzy and fluffy the bees look as well. Yep, just like that, Lars. Love it. A sand bee. We are waiting on Virgin Galactic there. Morning, Ma. Bubba Zelnik, how are you? Alright, I'm going to refresh this because I got the notification. It is... They are live. Excellent. Alright, you live in Turkey and it's very difficult economically to buy astronomical binoculars here. I've been saving money for 2 to 3 months and I'd like to buy binoculars for a maximum of $400 for amateur observation. Do I have any suggestions? At the same time, you want to start astrophotography, and this is very important to me. Dobby, this is always that starting equipment is always it can seem almost crucial to a lot of people, because you want to have like the best equipment or the right equipment, and I think it comes down to what your goals are going to be. I've really found with A good thing to look out for binoculars if you're going to be getting them is something that has low reflectivity in the lenses. If you don't really see yourself in, if you can look at the lenses and you don't see yourself in it, then you're going to have good light transmission getting through there. If basically almost every binocular is going to enhance your eyesight naturally. And if you are just kind of looking for just touring around the night sky, I was looking at, let me pull these up here. There was a fairly affordable pair of which one were they? Like these ones. Okay, see, we have the 15 by 70. So those numbers equate to, the 15 is a smaller number, and that is what what's going up to your eye. The 70 is in millimeters, and that's what your objective on the other end of the binoculars is going to be. And a 70 millimeter set of binoculars is going to, you're most likely going to need a tripod or some sort of supportive device, because those are going to start to get really heavy. I would say something like a 7 by 50 can do you just fine for things. 12 by 60, you're probably going to get at it's going to be like the height of being comfortable with things, because the heavier those binoculars are going to be and the higher the magnification, you're going to really see a lot of movement. So even if you have something that's going to add maybe just like 10 times the zoom for your eyes, our meat cameras, you really don't need to spend a great deal on these binoculars. If you're going to be spending like a lot, like higher amounts, there are some binoculars, that have automatic image stabilization capabilities. Those are going to start to run up a lot higher in price, and the advantage of that is that you can steady the image there. But I've been using a pair of binoculars that are the 7 by 50. And they worked out really well. They're a fairly inexpensive pair of binoculars. I think they're just a Bushnell brand. But I mean, I would, for $89, I'll be willing to try these ones out for sure. And even something like this, like, I don't know so much on returns or resale value, but I would almost say, I know for sure a 70 millimeters is the aperture of what the telescope, the refractor that we're using, and 70 millimeters is going to be about, it's roughly going to be about the size of my coffee cup lid, actually. So this is about the aperture of the refractor telescope that we're using. So you imagine two of these with the weight of the glass for binoculars. As great of a view as that's going to be, it's going to let in more light. It's just going to be really heavy and difficult, and most likely it'll even discourage you from using the binoculars. So I would say even start out like something like spend like 60. Now is that $400 in your currency? What do you use there? Turkish? Is it Turkish lira? So I don't know what the exchange rate is on that. So if it's something like whatever is, let's round that up, 70. All right, so if that is your budget of Turkish lira, then yeah, there's something like a 7 by 50 is going to, even if you pick a different brand that is a 7 by 50. Now Celestron is going to be a little bit more of a premium named brand, but there are going to be other binoculars that are going to, even if you just like starting off with something there, I would be willing to give one of these a go, actually, for that price. Happy to have, at least for me, I would want to start to, I would need to experience more binoculars to get a really good opinion on, or being able to recommend what's going to. I know that the larger lenses are they're heavier, so it's just that your arms are going to get tired. So you need like one of those stands, or a tripod adapter that can let you just leave the binoculars there and deal with that there. Starting off with astrophotography, Nico Carver as a great videos. Yes, Nico is wonderful for suggesting a lot of the beginner bits of astrophotography equipment, and just making it as accessible as possible. And as well as Astro Backyard, Trevor Jones has reviewed a lot of kind of early entry level equipment and has done amazing stuff with it. So it's not like you don't need to have like the absolute biggest and most expensive equipment. There's a certain level where it's just kind of coming down to personal taste and what your goals are going to be. So yeah, I mean, a pair of binoculars that are 7x50 will suit you just fine. Or even if there's something that has like a 45 millimeter objective there. Because really, what for astronomy, for most binoculars, you want to choose something that has good coatings on the lenses. Let's see, 10x50. Like really anything that is going to improve your eyesight, it's just gonna bring you that much closer to the sky. And I think something that you're going to use more often than not, if just something is just too heavy and too clunky to bring around, it's just going to discourage you to be using them. But if you have something that is easily portable, and I think that it's going to be it's just something you can use more every day. Like I know it's a kind of a very vague answer, but the best telescope or the best binoculars are going to be the ones you use most often. Quiglius, good morning. Good morning to you. How you doing? Thoughts on the Orion 20x80? I see the 80 millimeters. Those are a nice big objective. I would almost want to have one of those counterweight systems there. All right, thank you for your kindness. No worries. I understood 20% of it. Oh, sorry. If there's anything, like, feel free to ask what you want clarification on. I do realize sometimes I can talk a little fast, and if there's anything you want some more details on, like, that's what we're here. That's what we're doing. You know. Where? Okay, how come this isn't? This isn't going there.
So it is. It's worth noting there are 2 pilots on board the White Knight.
Okay, so why was it? Now I really can't be showing the NASA spaceflight. I don't have permission to do this one. So why is there? Why is their YouTube not going there? Am I missing? Is nobody? It's just their stream. See, I really can't be showing the NASA spaceflight because I do not have permission from them. Let's see, CNBC. See, that's what CNBC is showing. As a U.S. citizen, I grant you all the permissions. For now, thank you. Thank you. But yeah, Toby, feel free, even on our Discord, if you want to drop some questions in there, we are happy to talk about that. But yeah, I mean, we'll be here for the next little while there, talking about astrophotography, astro imaging. So yeah, if there's any further elaboration that you need on the binoculars there. Oh, they got it. Okay. All right. You just joined. Thanks. Awesome. Well, welcome into the Discord. Appreciate you coming on in there. And yeah, feel free to drop questions, and yeah, we're happy to answer. Happy to talk about it. And really, this is the platform with Twitch is that it's a nice live conversation to have. And yeah, if there's anything that I've glazed over or gone too quick with, yeah, happy to clarify that. All right, so this is Virgin Galactic's coverage of the test flight launch. So it looks like we're kind of joining us in progress as NASA Space Flight Center.
And welcome to Spaceport America, the beautiful home of Virgin Galactic in Sierra County, New Mexico, and the stage for today's momentous occasion. I'm delighted you can join us for an historic day. Over the next few hours, you'll see live coverage of today's space flight, unprecedented access inside the spacecraft, and a live performance of a brand new song by multi-platinum artist Khalid. Entrepreneur, philanthropist, iconoclast, activist, adventurer, billionaire, goatee host organism. Later today, Richard Branson and his crew will return to Earth as astronauts. Hello, everyone. I'm Stephen Colbert. Thank you for joining us. Earlier this morning, Richard Branson
kind of feel a little rushed, doesn't it?
Spaceport America, ready to embark on a life-changing journey.
I do like Stephen Colbert as well, though.
If I like to host today's live stream, I said, "Who is this? How did you get my number?" Then he said,
"That'd be hilarious." Jon Stewart with the run-in.
Flight test mission, and I said, "Yes, I would be honored to host your launch." After all, I've known Richard for years. I've never been to his private island, but that's okay. That's how close we are. Friends don't have to ask friends to their private island, evidently. And to be fair, it might be because I've spent most of our friendship making fun of him on TV. Folks, longtime viewers of this broadcast know that I have an ongoing feud with Sir Richard Branson, Virgin CEO and adult of the corn, Richard Branson. Sir Big Baby here, having what some critics have called facial hair. That little tree sloth clinging to your chin. The grinning goat man. A cross between David Bowie and Pan the goat god.
His alignment.
I think he's a good sport with all this.
Obviously, I said all of that in character on a comedy show. So, Richard, I want you to know, as myself, sincerely, I meant every word. But there is one thing Richard and I do have in common, a deep, lifelong passion for space exploration. That's why Richard founded Virgin Galactic in 2004 with the dream of sending private citizens into space. Now, to do that, he needed to build every part of a whole new industry. He had to construct a spacecraft capable of the journey. Then, to launch these space planes, he had to help create the world's first commercial spaceport. And most importantly, he had to find the people capable of turning his dream into a reality.
Stephen! Hello, sir. How are you?
To get on a spaceship built by the guy who launched a soda this
I'll play with the volume every now and then with this here.
he lost money selling sugar. All aboard.
How are you doing, sir?
Culmination of Branson's dream.
A good morning to you.
Will set off on
An early Sunday morning stream for us.
maximum velocity of more out the window onto the vast expanse of space and seeing Earth below, our beautiful blue planet staring back. Unless, of course, you're the guy in the middle seat. Then you have to ask the astronaut sitting next to the window to put it all in perspective for you. Oh, and I'm being told that there are no middle seats in space. Thank you, science. It's been a dream of mine to go into space ever since I was a child. Unfortunately, I cannot be on the spacecraft.
What is their
I had a thing. Also, I was not technically
they got their
invited,
timeline on here. So we can
Richard
kind
was
of
generous enough
gauge
to give
what's
me a
going there.
spacecraft of my very own. And I will be
Alright,
using
doing great. Didn't know any of this
this
was going on until I
to
posted it in
give
Discord.
scientifically
Well, glad to have you
accurate
here. Glad to have you here.
play
We're
of today's
checking
historical
this out. We never watched. I mean, actually, Virgin Galactic has never actually broadcast their have done like a global live stream. So it's
The Virgin Galactic crew are an inspiration.
so it's cool to see them doing this and kind of joining in with what SpaceX does with their test flights and just broadcasting it. So we're seeing science unfold and in real time essentially. So we're seeing everything that happens, what was behind the scenes before.
A bioastronautical researcher, and most impressively, a TikTok star. Kelly Girardi. Great to have you here, Kelly. Next up, a man who was flown
Steven,
two space
not
shuttle missions
Stephen.
and spent time on the International Space Station.
Steven,
Served as commander
with a
and
PH.
performed a viral David Bowie cover. Here he is, the first man to do open mic in zero G, Chris Hadfield. Welcome, Chris. And finally, your mission host for today. She's a structures operations engineer for Virgin Galactic, and fun fact, actually got married in the spaceship that will be taking the crew up today, Veronica McGowan. So now I turn it over to Veronica.
Steven, yes, exactly, it's what it is.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with you all, live from Spaceport America. It's a momentous day for Sir Richard Branson, a milestone for Virgin Galactic, and a historic event for the future of spaceflight. Just 7 weeks ago, Virgin Galactic completed the first ever human spaceflight from the great state of New Mexico. And today, our founder and his crew will become some of the very few people to have experienced space travel. Let's take a look at how they arrived to Spaceport America.
Turn down the background music a little bit there. How many are watching? You got you got 500,000 people watching this, and we were watching the Mars Perseverance lander. There was they had just on YouTube alone they had 3.5 million people. So I think that number is definitely going to start climbing once they get closer into I guess the release event. It reminds you of him as the president in Monsters vs. Aliens. Stephen Colbert is fantastic. I'm kind of disappointed he got rid of the beard. I mean, the last time I really saw him doing something was with Jerry Seinfeld on the Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. He was just so distinguished with his beard. He seemed even more trustworthy than now. Now he has it's almost a little more sly and smarmy.
Beautiful day. Sarisha.
Astronaut 004, Sarisha Bandla.
And she's astronaut 004.
Congratulations, Unity 22. You are officially registered for space.
See you up there.
Well, way to start off your journey. First on a bike and now on a spaceship.
It's definitely a different feeling for the presentation and just the whole mood, I guess, than with SpaceX. So this is more of the kind of the feel good events that would come with the space flight. or with new space, where people are going to be able to take the space tourism.
As a vehicle that will unite the world through space. Once at the launch altitude and location, Eve will release Unity for a voyage to space. So today is the day, everyone. Chris, what is the significance of today's flight?
You know, I love it when the stuff of dreams becomes a reality. And we've been dreaming of commercial space flight, of people being able to fly in space. I mean, since the very first pioneers started flying, the X-15, which was the wonderful program in the 60s, was so much like the profile that they're going to follow today. And then the Ansari X Prize to try and push the limits. That is very much the DNA that's on this bottle, in fact, the DNA that has allowed.
I would love to talk with Chris Hadfield.
It is
that'd
like
be
all
tremendous.
of those pioneers and the flight today. You know, they pried the door open.
Orion, good morning. How you doing, sir? How have you been?
And I'm really excited for the flight, but I think it's so significant professionally, technically, and personally.
So much light. Look at that light dome. That's bananas.
Kelly, you're one of the people that's going to be going through that doorway soon. We are so thrilled to have you.
I was hoping to try to get a little bit of imaging last night, and because it started to look, it was like the weather was holding off, and well, that just didn't happen.
Those doors are opening for the next generation of astronauts. I feel like we have front row seats to the final frontier today, and
I know that the light pollution is going to be way too much for a naked camera sensor, essentially.
Let's take a look at what we've got in store for the live stream. So while Mothership Eve is transporting Spaceship Unity to the launch point, we'll check in with the crew and the preparations that went into today's flight. We'll also share some perspective on the Virgin Galactic mission. So
Doing well, waiting for Mr. Branson to pass through a black hole and find himself in a fifth dimension.
Next, we'll give you a guided tour through the Virgin Galactic experience.
Yeah, he'll be
showing you what our astronauts
sorting through his
throughout their stay
kids' bookshelves.
and on their life-changing journey into
Where the hell is my ship? You gotta be shitting me. For shit's sakes, hurry up.
is released from Mothership Eve and accelerates into space, all coming to you live.
The suits are interesting. They're the real David Go. What's going on, David? How are you?
Special guests on site taking in this experience.
All right, so where is my ship? My ship is docked. Rain, go away. So, where is my ship? My ship is here. But my equipment, my telescope, my computer is somewhere here. It is on its way to Toronto, where I'll be collecting it hopefully in the next couple of days. So it has made the journey from the United Kingdom, from my ship's port in Liverpool, and it's crossed the Atlantic. It is here. I am just waiting for that phone call. Look at all the ships as well. Like, this is tracking like so many shipping containers and cargo ships across the globe. I passed by one that was the Event Horizon. It's kind of cool. But yeah, that's the status of my telescopes, of my computer. Right now, we're just using an old laptop right now. Picturing an ant colony in that.
Turns out pioneering a new form of space travel is a tough job, possibly even tougher than my job, where I talk to celebrities for 1 hour a day. But the Virgin Galactic needs to make space
example of what the solar photos will look like.
and approachable.
Line 3.
Hello.
Hi.
Have you ever thought about going into space, Richard?
The moon landing was
The way it's going to depend. They're going to be black and white if I'm using the mono camera, and well, even if I'm using a color camera, it's going to be I think it might be predominantly red, depending on the filter. But the views that we're going to get. Why is everything still in here? No. Sun custom scope 930. Actually, no, let's add that in there. Right. This is about as close as as the views that we're going to expect to see with the ASI 120mm Mini, which would be our guide scope. So I'll kind of put that in that position there. But then we'll also be able to have a look at the sun with the ASI 533, which will give us the entire disk of the sun. Those views we're going to be kind of picking day in, day out, depending on what the sun is doing. If there are some more, there's more activity, maybe we'll do like the wide field view of the sun with the larger sensor on the 533. Or if we want to take a look at some of the great details, we're going to be looking into some of the closer up details with the ASI 120mm Mini. What's going on, Lily? How have you been? Yes, long time no see. Good to see you again. How have you been doing? So I'm just seeing there was a... so that is the kind of the simulated view of what we can expect to see with the solar scope. I am going to give Steve over at Ontario Telescope and Accessories a call tomorrow, if I do have the time. There is other things that are going on. I was talking about some exciting things on Friday's stream that I can't talk about other than I'm just excited about it. And hopefully I'll be able to talk more about that in the next week or so. And then I can stop just alluding to something that's exciting. And it's not just either way, we'll let you know what's exciting or what's not exciting. It's, let me see if I can pull up one of the pictures. Of what we can possibly expect. There, actually, this is the. Put that in there. What's that going to do? There we go. So that is actually that is an image from Chuck's astrophotography that he sent over to me that he took with the with that same scope, and this is one of his processed images. But the fact of what we have done in the past when we're looking at the moon with the ASI Air and just being able to take that live view, we will be able to take. Well, we'll look at. It wouldn't be orange. He's processed and added that color in there. But I mean, when he showed me this image, I'm like, yeah, that's fantastic. I am excited to see what we can do with this scope, because yeah, for the price that you're getting and the scope that it is, I think it's going to work perfectly for what we want to do here. So I think it's almost like a no-brainer there. It's crazy that we can't just casually capture footage and photos of the sun from a backyard. That we can casually capture footage and photos of the sun from a backyard. Now the fact that we don't have to rely on large telescopes or space telescopes to do this stuff is amazing. Deep space and nebulas, etc. is included all as well. We are in this golden age of astronomy, and we are able to see the universe like people 100 years ago couldn't even imagine. You know, you were relying on the large on the large optics and low and no light pollution to be able to document these images. But now everything is so well automated, more user friendly. We're able to just enjoy the night sky that much easier, that much quicker. And I know there's those. Death Warmed Over! Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the Tier 1 sub. Appreciate that for 2 months. How are you doing today? Good to see you in here. How have you been, friend? We are checking out the live stream of the Virgin Galactic Unity 22 spaceflight today. Kind of jumping back and forth between things. I think it's a little more of a different format than we, I guess, would expect to see with, like, say, a SpaceX launch. So there is a little more preamble on there. And who was mentioning about the weren't a fan of the suits. They do, Orion, you're saying not a fan of these suits. They do look a little casual. I do like the, with SpaceX, the almost Stormtrooper-esque look to them. You're doing good things. Hope the Sunday is going well. It is going really well. We had there was a 90-minute delay on the start of the broadcast so we started the live stream for Unity 22 for previous bad weather with them, but they are in the air, and we are just awaiting to see what's up next, what kind of views we have. They're going to have in-cabin views of the spacecraft. And Richard Branson will be in there kind of evaluating things as a passenger astronaut. And then there's other experiments and flight checks that they'll be doing there. But again, for them to be brought to be live streaming this for the first time and just giving us that little more of an in-depth look on what it is they're doing here is just it's just adding to the hype of space flight and commercial space travel, you know? So yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing what they're going for, what they're up to. Nope, we're on the wrong screen. Apologies. But also, well, you know, it's not even the wrong screen. That is the solar scope we're going to be looking at there. It will be the bundle. As I said, that's the only one that they're going to keep in stock there. And, you know, to be fair, to have an extra battery, extra power source handy, that's not too bad. Now, we will have some extra little bits of equipment here. Actually, it's not too bad to have you know, extra plugs as well. We'll have another diagonal and an eye. Actually, I think I might have got rid of both my diagonals. So, yeah, to have the opportunity maybe to do a little visual on there would be kind of cool. You're off to Norfolk here in the next next week for a few days break. Hoping there'll be some clear skies. It's a great place for night sky views. It is, yeah, I have one of my friends lives up in that area, and we were going to a dark sky site. Naturally, all the clouds rolled in, but there were a few breaks in the clouds, and I did have just the Canon camera set up on a tripod doing some quick exposures. And we were actually getting some pretty... Actually, no, it wasn't even the Canon. It was just my cell phone. My mobile phone was hooked up to the tripod. And I was actually getting some decent views of Auriga. I think we were about a Bortle 4. Or maybe better. Let's say between 3 and 4, around that scale. And it was just between the clouds, being able to get a few seconds of images out there. It was looking really nice. So, I mean, it is also a massive jump, even from a 5 to a 4 in sky quality. And I can only imagine how much better it'd be if you're in like a 3-2, or like it's CD here, Andy, who is in a Bortle 1 and likes to rub it in our face as often as possible. but to be able to do more astrophotography without worrying too much about the light pollution, you know, where even like something like the L Pro filter that we have will work out even better without a lot of the extraneous light pollution that's going to be interfering with things. So it's just as pure of a signal almost that we're going to get hitting that sensor. So I'm looking forward to hopefully getting the scope out to some other areas, into some remote areas, and yeah, trying to do some IRL streams out in the field and looking at some power sources as well. Really preliminary looks at what we can use to kind of power. It would just be the laptop essentially, and the scope equipment there. Just see what we can do, and just check out what other reviews have been. What other reviews are for certain batteries, or if I need to kind of make my own kind of my own deep cycle battery, you know, get a few of those hooked up there. So I thought it'd be really fun to do some of these the streams outside with the mosquitoes, or if it's just too cold, with the frostbite. Have plenty of coffee on hand, plenty of hot beverages sitting in there. It'd be interesting to see what do I do for lighting. I think it would pretty much be like red lights. So I'd have to almost retrofit a few of the lighting rigs that I have to have them just coming up with the something that is friendly for my eyes, so I'm not losing anything in the night sky. But if I have imaging, I guess I'm not going to be too fussed. I won't be too picky on not being able to see out there myself. I'll readapt my eyesight after the stream. Oh. Let's go back to live there. Pepita Electronica, hello there. How are you? Good to see you in here. How goes the search for the new telescope? How's that going? You're happy? I'm happy you're happy. Have you made a decision, or are you still kind of doing a little bit of research on the purchase there? Because I haven't had that experience with those Celestron scopes where you're pointing with your mobile phone, but I think just for the ease of locating objects, I really don't see how people can really go wrong with that, unless there's just something that's out of your control with maybe like satellite tracking. All right, what are they talking about here?
6,000 feet, but inside their bodies, they've got like this tug of war going on because they're focused. Like there's no more focused, you know, the 4 in the back and the 2 in the front, really focused. But at the same time, there's this like rising excitement that you can feel like a thermometer going up inside your own body. But I remember at the time, what I really wanted to do was go back to my 9-year-old self and just run around the cockpit and scream and wave my hands.
All right, looks like we are
just so exciting and fun. They're focused, they're professional, they're doing
T-minus
their job.
15 minutes till release.
As we get ready for ignition.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's certainly a mixture of excitement and anticipation with our crew today, but they will all be focused on the task at hand, as you said, and preparing themselves to run through their individual test points. And on the subject of testing, today's spaceflight is an opportunity for us
You're
to
happy for the other thing. Excellent. It's the environment where our well, good to see you on in here. If there's any questions, any further questions, just feel free to keep asking them on in here. So adorable. Hello, Pookie. Hello, my darling.
Oh, hello. I was just contemplating the wonder of innovation. You know, back in 1860, it took 10 days for the Pony Express to deliver a letter from Missouri to the toilet while they vacation on the
I think that's them stuttering. I don't think it's me. Are we taking bets if the Virgin CEO is going to pass out
substantially. Others have remained practically the same. Planes still travel at the same speed they did 50 years ago.
Don't know.
We still use
Don't
the
know.
same ground launch system from the early days of space travel, and
You
they
can probably
haven't
make a
come out with
poll.
new snow
Put
cone
that up
machine
there.
in years. That's where the innovations of Virgin Galactic come in.
But how are you, my dear? Do you have a tea? Has anybody made you another tea?
Space flight with Virgin Galactic entail? Well, it has a unique combination of revolutionary design.
You won't be surprised that this is still the same coffee from when I left this morning.
Firstly, air launch. Most rockets you see make a loud and
I wouldn't want to be Jeff Bezos' PA right now. I guess he's not happy. He is. What's he doing? Blue Origin. That's on the 22nd of July. Is when they're aiming to do that one. I mean, in a way, this is good competition for what they're doing there, and you know what? It benefits everybody. If it's just one person doing this, and it just can be very bland, and you're just waiting for something, not something to happen, but just waiting for one team to do something, and there's times in between while you're waiting for rocket launches. It can be, it's like, oh, what's taking them so long? Realizing that it does take a long time for all the testing.
change from blue through indigo, and then to the iconic inky black as they soar into space. Once the rocket motor shuts down, passengers will unbuckle their seatbelts and float effortlessly around the cabin.
That'd be cool to see these views in there from the live shot. Neymar isn't happy either. Sorry, from Argentina. Where did they end up in the World Cup? I've loosely followed things. I don't even know. Has England played? Has the finals happened? I don't even know. What is up with those there? It's been, despite living in the UK for 10 years, I watched 2 full football matches, and that's it. There was intention of there was thoughts of going to a match, but it never worked out. It was just one of those things. It wasn't too fussed to going, but if the opportunity came up, we would have probably gone to a football match. But we were fortunate enough to go to the London Olympics, the 2 different events. So that was pretty exciting in the early tenure of our time there. The finals in about 4 hours. Oh, so it's today. Interesting. Argentina won the American Cup after 28 years of not winning anything. Oh, I see. All right. See, there are so many different leagues. I guess I'm thinking in terms of hockey, where there is the National Hockey League, but then everything else that doesn't really get a lot of coverage would be the OHL or AHL, some of the lower leagues. That it just seems like everything for football. I don't know what tiers are these levels for which leagues, or if they're all top tier and it's just certain countries will play in them. That I never got. It's right up there with cricket. I got no idea how cricket is played, and why the matches or tests last for so long. It's baseball, hockey. That's kind of about it for me. And American football. Although I haven't watched one of the... I think the last game... I watched the Super Bowl. It's probably the last full game I saw.
How about you, Veronica?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that would be an offer too good to refuse. Now, Chris, I'm sure you'd agree that the experience that Richard is having right now is probably a lot more comfortable than your launches.
Yeah, I had a chance to fly as part of the space shuttle.
The only 2 full games you watched were during the 2012 Olympics. No, the the only two full games I watched for football, there was when it was back in 2015 or 2016. England had a fairly big match, and then in 2017, I want to say, when England had a chance to be in the finals for, was it the World Cup or something like that? So it was like basically those two were for England. I was watching them. When we went to the Olympics, we went to the high dive and the dressage. So sorry, although I do favor the Winter Olympics more than the Summer Olympics. If the flight only goes 80 kilometers, will it need heat shields? I would imagine they would probably still have some kind of protection on there. I wonder if there's anything. See, it does, from all the images that they show, it doesn't look like there are heat shields, but they could actually have kind of like decorated the whole ship to not reflect that there are heat shields. But I think if they're not going that high, we shall see how that goes. Copy Gamer. Hello. What's going on, sir? How are you doing? Long time no see, friend. Yes, indeed. How have you been? Good to see you in here. Kiz, what's going on? Good to see you again. How are you? Okami the Dark, hello, welcome on in. Good man, only been back for a month, so you're doing some science stuff. I thought you'd come by. Well, thank you very much for bringing in the friends. How you doing? What were you up to today? How was your stream? Gaming from Pixel 1 came back just in time for the raid. Well, appreciate that. Welcome on in. My name is Tom. I am the Astro Canuck, and usually we are taking live images of outer space. However, I have recently moved back to Canada from the United Kingdom, so I'm just waiting on all my equipment to make it into the delivery warehouse. It has crossed the Atlantic, so I'm just waiting on that call to collect everything. But we are currently watching the live coverage of the Unity 22 spaceflight livestream from Virgin Galactic. And yeah, just have a look at the excitement that's going on with space travel. And there's a shot of Sir Richard Branson on their way up to, I believe we're T-minus 5 minutes from their release. Yeah, doing some Jackbox and doing some karaoke. Excellent. Wonderful. Well, good to see you guys in here. We are, like I said, we're talking space flight, space tourism, binoculars, coffee, food, all things, all sorts of things. It is an early Sunday morning stream. We've only done this once before with a Lego build, so just kind of cool to hang out on a Sunday and check out what all the excitement is about Virgin Galactic. I just found out somehow we got on the topic of football, American and European, more European. I just found out about Gaelic football, a mix of football, rugby, and a tad of basketball. It looks like fun, but I don't understand the rules yet. I mean, if the game looks like fun, if you already think you're gonna have a good time, I think you'll probably pick up the rules pretty quick. As they say in Dutch, I have no idea how to pronounce that. What does that translate into, Lars? Will it work or not? So kind of like it'll happen or it won't happen. All right, what are they talking about
Just
here?
received clearance for release on time from Mission Control Center. So we are 2 minutes and 30 seconds out now. I can only imagine what it would be like to be on board. This must be incredibly exciting for the crew.
All right, so
we're about 2 minutes out now, and once we get to the 30-second point, Spaceship Unity is going to arm the launch pylon. And then once we get to that designated...
Stephen McNaught-Real was wondering whether or not that Branson is going to pass out. What do they? How do they say? What? How many G's are they going to be experiencing?
And I'll agree on the launch.
Yeah, it's a hugely exciting and focused moment right now.
Definitely. 1 minute and 30 seconds. The spaceship pilots are also going to push the stick all the way forward to prepare for release. And things happen pretty quickly after the release. So the pilots are going to light the rocket motor and they're going to accelerate in level flight until they reach Mach 1, at which point they'll start what we call the gamma turn, where we turn directly up and head to space. 1 minute to release now. It's getting real.
So exciting.
I gotta say, I've never watched even like other coverage of their test flights, so it's gonna be interesting to see
45 seconds.
just how that goes there. I mean, they're advertising. Kind of quick answer Lars' question about the heat shield. I mean, they just have a whole bunch of advertising underneath the plane there.
30 seconds. The Spaceship Unity pilots are arming the launch pylon now. We are armed for release. 20 seconds. Ten seconds.
Move that away there.
3, 2, 1. Release, release, release. Clean release. Ignition. Good rocket motor burn. There's Mach 1, trimming now.
Oh my, that just looks so gnarly. That's amazing.
Trim complete. Unity is pointed directly up and heading to space. Things are looking great. We are 25 seconds into the burn now, approaching Mach 2. 30 seconds, Mach 2.
Show the inside of the cabin. I want to see what their reactions are.
40 seconds.
Or is it just full of vomit? No.
45 seconds.
I'd imagine they had their preparations for this.
50 seconds, approaching Mach 3. There's Mach 3. And 60 seconds, and that is a full duration burn, folks. We are headed to space. And the passengers in the back have been cleared to unstrap. Our predicted apogee is 279,000 feet and climbing. The pilots are now unlocking the feather, and as soon as they do that, it's going to initiate a backflip for Spaceship Unity. This is normal. We want those windows pointed down towards the Earth to maximize that incredible view. So feather is coming up now, and the pilots are also enabling the RCS, or reaction control system, which is what they'll use to control the attitude of the vehicle while we're outside the atmosphere.
Mach 1 is, yeah, I want to know how many G's they're feeling on that.
We're at about 250,000 feet now and climbing. As soon as we cross the boundary to space, we'll hear a word from our founder, Sir Richard Branson.
It's a wonderful experience.
Welcome
and
to
it's
Space
just
Unity 22.
Yeah, so because of the way this one is designed, it's not designed to hold a massive payload as like other spaceflight rockets are going to be. So yeah, like it's more of the a fancy, more well-engineered airplane. So it's just able to take up those lighter payloads.
So
I
it
wonder if there
doesn't
is
sound
a,
like
a
we're
definite weight limit.
cameras recording things on board today, and we'll be sure to capture his magical words and share them with the world when they're available.
What's going on,
We
Lux?
reached apogee 282,000 feet.
What's that
Remember
in
the
miles?
day, remember where you are, and remember who you shared this with, and remember the name Virgin Galactic, because today, space is virgin territory. The culmination of a life's work,
What's
more than
200,000
half a
feet in
century
miles?
since the world rejoiced in and was transformed by humans leaving planet Earth, Sir
About
Richard
40
Branson
miles.
fulfills his long-held dream of experiencing space with his
Yes,
crew.
Lux, how you doing? Good to see you in here.
Congratulations again, Richard, and congratulations also to Sarisha and Colin on becoming astronauts today. And welcome back to space to Dave, Mike, and Beth.
Wish you could experience this Falcon
you
Heavy
can see him
first.
now?
Oh, I agree. That was such. That was like one of the most emotional launches I've seen in quite a while there.
So we are on the re-entry portion of our flight now, and the mission specialists are heading back to their seats. Our training team has worked really hard on this portion of the flight to make it very natural and intuitive for passengers. Now, when we talk about space travel, a lot of people know and expect the boost portion of the flight to be loud and thrilling, but what's interesting is re-entry is also very similar, as supersonic air is flowing over the vehicle in the feathered configuration. Shock waves form on top of the cabin, which are audible to those inside. And for those of you on site watching on the ground, you should be able to hear a double sonic boom as Spaceship Unity once again breaks the sound barrier.
Not gonna lie, sorry you missed the start of the stream. It's all good. Ate fish and drank a bit too much wine. It seems like it was been a bit of a party weekend, but good to see you in here, Lux. Now we have ads everywhere. Everything's an ad. Yes, Falcon Heavy go for launch. That was I almost want to go back and just watch that again, just for that little.
All right, folks, we are now subsonic.
That
Just under
little bit of chills.
75,000 feet in altitude.
So I haven't looked into the price. If they're doing this for for what, 6 minutes of time going up and down, like how much are they anticipating it's going to be for these flight prices? I mean, I don't know if I can gather up enough kidneys to fund one of these.
Now, also note too, this is our first time transmitting HD camera data down to the ground and then out to a global live stream. So please do see some drops in the feed, but we still have some really great ground footage coming in here. Oh, there we go. Now we can see that is the tail cone of Unity. And the pilots are lowering the feather now.
Love to hang a picture of the two boosters landing on the wall. That's just a beautiful image as well.
This is normal and expected. Once that feather's down and locked, the pilots will begin a gentle pull up to a level attitude. And I'm hearing the feather is down and locked now.
There is a...
So at this point, Spaceship Unity is a glider, so it's all about balancing her potential and kinetic energy. So if the pilots want to go faster, they point the nose down, and if they want to go slower, they bring the nose up.
There was an image of the Falcon Heavy at takeoff. It just looks... It's so inspiring. I want to do something with that image. I'll see if I can find it. Maybe just kind of post it up on here to show you guys.
And all of us will get to hear that on Earth during our celebration, so stick around.
Let's see what we
for
can
that.
do. Aww. I can have one of your kidneys? You're so sweet. But they're both spoken for another telescope. But I appreciate it. I appreciate it, dear.
Particular, who's got to be having all of the feels right now. You can see him sending a congratulatory shake to his passenger Colin Bennett there with him.
You're so sweet and cute.
Let's see if we can connect with the crew again here.
Who gets the other one?
Is manual dump to 200.
Looking forward to the BFR's first launch. There's so much exciting things happening with Spaceflight.
For you. What was it like?
He's speechless. Well, actually, Lux, we do have the Hubble telescope.
All right, folks, again, sorry, we're not getting that transmission
I
through the
don't
live
know. I fell
broadcast.
asleep.
But again, we do have lots of recording devices aboard the spaceship, and we will be sure to release some footage of Richard and the crew up there today.
It is massive. Yeah, they had when did they bring out the booster? It was not too long ago, right?
Where the hell is my ship? You gotta be shitting me. For shit's sakes, hurry up.
Speeches is normal when you're out cold. That's it. Don't cut to Branson. Don't cut to Branson. Just...
One day be able to experience it. It's a complete experience for a lifetime. And now I'm looking down at a beautiful spaceport. Congratulations to everybody for creating such a beautiful, beautiful place. Congratulations to all our wonderful team at Galactic for 17 years of hard work to get us this far.
All right, so I'm still happy we could catch a little part of that. It seems like there's a little bit of a delay in the transmission there. It does have a long way to travel, but you could tell by the smiles on their faces.
It looks like it's got to be a very easy in and out access for them as well. If they're going to be like, okay, everybody get out for 0G. Okay, get back in. Hurry up.
In the typical Virgin fashion.
Strap in. Right, where is my ship? My ship is here in Montreal. My telescope and computer is somewhere between Montreal and Toronto. It is en route.
So we are at 22,000 feet now and descending. And as I mentioned earlier, Unity is a glider at this point. So the pilots right now are discussing their energy management plan. And pretty shortly here, they'll be meeting up with our chase aircraft with Jamil and Patrick to get some really cool visuals of Spaceship Unity.
You did your first full night on your own working at the observatory? That's amazing! Oh, that's incredible. How much fun and how nerve-wracking was it? What did you get to? Did you any observations or what did you record?
The area around Spaceport includes more than 6,000 square miles of airspace and high desert. One of the reasons it was built here. And of course, our future astronauts will be able to take in so much of that natural beauty. And of course, we also have white sands nearby.
Hear that for a hot second here. That is so ridiculously huge. I even watching just the earlier test flights and the size of that rocket, and now you're adding on more segments. Falcon Heavy is 229 feet. The BFR will be 348 feet. Jeez. Sheesh. No, okay, I got it. That's it. That's the one and only sheesh. You're getting out of here. That's it.
To experience.
You watch Saturn.
Temperatures can hit the triple digits in the summer here.
At 10,000 millimeters focal length. It was insane. Oh, that must have been awesome.
And crew can stay comfortable thanks to their spacesuits. They were designed with our technical spaceware partner, Under Armour, and they're absolutely beautiful, as you can see on the crew there. They're lightweight and made of flight grid knitted fabrics, which forms the spacesuit and also helps regulate their body temperature.
Go at it. Go for Mars. That'd be... It's just... The one and only.
So also to commemorate this flight from New Mexico, we reached out to the Zia Pueblo, who gave us permission to use their sun symbol on our spaceship. This symbol is also a part of the New Mexico State
Little cute girl, what's going on? How are you?
Symbolic meaning. The number 4 is sacred to the Zia people, and the emblem
Good to see you
represents
here
the
today.
4 directions, the 4 seasons, the 4 times of day, and the 4 phases of life. We are honored and proud to feature this perfectly balanced symbol on Spaceship Unity's tail cone as we also celebrate our new
Glad
home.
to have Twitch's power couple in here. Good to see you. Hope you guys are doing well.
Oh, you can see the chase in the background there outside of Richard's window. The pilots are coordinating with Chase now and discussing their energy management plan. They're at about 9,500 feet in altitude, and the runway out here at
Interesting they
Spaceport
chose to
America is
disable
around
chat
4,600 feet in
for this
altitude.
event. I guess they're not quite ready for the barrage. Oh, I didn't even check the viewer count. Right now we're at 757,000. Wonder what they kind of got up to at the peak there. Yeah, little cute girl, doing well, doing really well. Happy to have you guys in here for a Sunday morning stream. Not as early as originally anticipated, which is all right.
Now the pilots are going to be landing on runway 34 today, so that's coming from the south and towards the north for those of you on site watching. And for the non-pilots tuning in, those numbers represent the first two numbers of the magnetic heading of the runway. So for example, 34 is 340 degrees on your compass.
Oh yes,
we are
makes
just
total
about
sense now.
1,000 feet above the field now and on final. 500 feet above the runway. 300 feet.
I feel like I keep missing the streams. It's
over the threshold.
We're a little all over the place right now, but we'll get into a rhythm. We'll get into some good times here. I'm in your time zone now, so we'll finish lockstep with things. And there we go,
touchdown.
Landing.
And we're gonna hold it just like this for a minute before bringing the nose down. Can see they're already celebrating inside there. And the nose is coming down now. Nose
so is
gear
that like
touchdown.
it's not even a wheel on the nose gear.
And braking.
Is that what the brake is? Is the nose gear digs in, or they got like a skid pad? Interesting. That's their only air brake that they have?
Look at that incredible drone footage here as we come in.
Oh,
and there
well, at least you
is
said it
full
now there,
stop.
Lux.
A perfect landing. Virgin Galactic 4 mission specialists on board from our operational home base, Spaceport America. A beautiful day of flight. What a moment. Congratulations to everybody on board, and of course our very own Spaceship Unity who returned to space today. And of course we also saw beautiful flying from our Eve crew, CJ and Kelly, and brilliant work by our chase pilots, Jamil and Patrick, all of whom are still in the air right now. Great job to you all.
I wonder how much it's
Ladies and gentlemen,
how much more it's pressurized.
More than half a century since the world rejoiced.
You know, when you're on an airplane, you can feel that bit of pressure in the cabin, right? But do they have to increase it even more in
space travel?
In this, there's some more questions that are popping up here.
Virgin Galactic. Congratulations also to Colin Bennett and Sarisha Bandla on becoming astronauts, and also a welcome back to space for David Mackay, Mike Masucci, and Beth Moses.
Well, stay tuned, folks. We will be hearing more from our astronauts later in the broadcast, and we also have a special musical performance to celebrate today's milestone.
Definitely won't be able to have the Khalid.
Chris, you returned from space.
How much is Rocket's final product? Because it's still the test flights, but I mean, if everything seems to be working out as well as it has been, I would imagine there'd only be like slight changes, maybe to the interior views or the interior equipment. This is kind of like the first real detailed look I've had at the at Virgin Galactic and what they've been doing there. So it'd be interesting to see what the future things are going to be. What the how from now to like the first public flight, like how long is it going to be in between then? How many more test flights are they going to want to run? But it is very cool. I think that is going to be a very big moment for space travel, to actually see the like the first public space flight going up there. But yeah, definitely want to find out just how many more G's they're pulling on that launch there when they drop off the plane. So there's 2 Crew Dragon launches, one in September and in October, and then the heavy launch in October as well. And hopefully, yes, we want JWST to launch up there. We want to see that one happen for sure. Oh, don't forget, as a Canadian, I'm obliged to cheer for Italy to win today. I don't know. Although I guess I should, because I remember last time I kind of didn't cheer for Italy. It was I was at a barber shop, and it was an Italian barber, and I made the comment that the other team was a little better, and yeah, he did get a little aggressive with that haircut. All right, Lars, you're going to lurk for a bit. No worries. That is all good. Hopefully they make a VSS Enterprise A. It would be... That's another thing. It's like, start to model some of these ships after as close to the science fiction ships that we're familiar with. It's like, yeah, you know what? I think I'll pay a little bit of that money. I'll sell my house to go up into space for a few minutes. You know, if we can't wrangle up enough kidneys, yeah, we'll or maybe we'll sell the neighbor's house and let them know afterwards. It's like, hey, I'm going into space. BT dubs, you got to get out. So I don't know how long they are. They're expected to do the kind of talking with them there. We'll keep an eye on things just to hear what their experience was on there, but also kind of think about what we want to do for the few of the future streams, and maybe seeing how the Sunday morning stream has gone. Is I'm not adverse to doing a few more Sunday morning streams where it is a little more broad spectrum of space, and we can kind of devote these Sunday mornings to maybe some more of the Lego building streams once I get everything all set up properly, because we're still not quite set up exactly like I want it to be. The desk that I'm using, it's working out okay right now, but I'm going to have to probably make a few changes, because even like to the camera orientation, because I'm still catching myself looking up at where like I've naturally gone towards where camera A has been, which it's now just a little bit over this side here. It's not a huge difference, although we're at a wider view. Because we're at 18 millimeters, I think. We're zoomed out as far as I'd like it to be, or as I can right now. So yeah, just other changes that are going to be happening there. We'll, like I said, the next Lego build will be the Saturn V rocket, because that was one of our sub goals, and it has taken quite a while to kind of get to that point there. So I'll be happy to be building the Saturn V rocket. That bad boy is going to sit beside the Canuck Crunch. I think that'll look kind of cool over there. And besides, there isn't a shelf on that one tall enough to accommodate the rocket there. So between that, the Apollo 11 lander, the International Space Station, and eventually the Discovery Space Shuttle set that will at some point land on my doorstep. Hasn't been ordered yet. Almost kind of waiting for the right gift with purchase to be available as well, because last time when I made a purchase, I got two gifts with purchase from Lego. So just try to take advantage of that. I know they don't really do any sales, so that's I won't hold out for that, but it is just what's going to be available for a Lego gift with purchase. Also, kind of continue putting more pictures up on the wall. One to-winner replica of my scope made it out of Lego. It'd be interesting. It'd be kind of cool. Oh my goodness, there are a few other custom Lego sets that have been that people have made, and with the instructions you can buy, and with the whole list of bricks that you need. And there's a few that I'm seriously considering purchasing. And for the most part, it's not really that expensive that I thought that it was as expensive as I thought they were going to be. There was a model of a General Grievous that looked amazing. Like the eyes looked like spot on, which is really cool. And I thought that would kind of look interesting on the shelf there. And I think that's about the same price in the end as the space shuttle. So I'm still going to have to lean towards the space shuttle. There are a few other one-to-one builds of, more some like other Star Wars busts that I've seen that are just kind of cool. There's one, I can't remember the name of the builder at the moment, but it is a cute little Schrodinger's cat launching in a box with using some of the new pieces there. It's kind of cute. I don't remember the name of the builder there. If I find it again, I'll drop that in Discord, just to have a look at what's possible. Actually, what I didn't see was were the building instructions for that one as well. They were just kind of just showing it off, really. No, yeah, Nova Charter is just a tiny bit of a Star Trek fan, just a little bit there. Just like I'm a tiny bit into astrophotography. Also, Nova, do you have a sound clip that you would just play of George Takei with a little "Oh my"? I don't know if I would incorporate that, but it's always funny to hear him just to drop a little "Oh my" in there. Sifu, hello there. How you doing? Good to see you. How have you been? How are things today? We are checking out the live coverage of the Virgin Galactic Unity 22 spaceflight. And it looks like they're just getting ready to disembark from the flight shuttle.
It's a huge honor for me that I'm going to be part of that ceremony for these folks that just flew now.
I was just going to say, now you get to return that honor to the crew today. It's so exciting, and you have a really important...
You're doing fine? Excellent. Good. Doing well on a Sunday here. We are... just checking out the test flight, the crewed test flight with the Virgin Galactic. You have your own version of the "Oh my." I think he has a copyright on how he says it. I guess he would. It is a very specific "Oh my." Astrobeard, what's going on, sir? How are you? Good morning to you. How are you doing today? Good to see you on a Sunday morning. I'm looking at my screen all of a sudden here. I'm wondering, is my camera... Is it tilted? I look like I'm on a bit of an angle. I don't know. We'll call it a dynamic angle. We'll run with it. Life is good. Excellent. Good to hear. It probably... here's another reason why it's... only because Canada is not flat. That's true. Where is my... There's my camera here. No, not the front.
Which one?
Okay, it's there somewhere. One of my... There we go. Alright, let's... The moon picture is crooked. I think the whole camera is crooked. Let's pull the curtains back for a second here. Yay. Yay. But there is the camera. It is very, it's not precariously perched, but it's not a fantastically well-balanced system at the moment. Like I said, I'm going to remove a fair portion of this backdrop so I can actually put more of the equipment where it used to be there. So yeah, that's the little view behind the scenes, or I guess in front of the scenes almost. Some of the scenes. Yeah, I think it is the whole camera. The whole camera. We're going for the dynamic effect there. You put a 3/8/16 bolt through your desk, so a tripod ball screws right on. Interesting. Like I said before, I don't know if this is going to be like the final positioning of things, but it's kind of like what I initially pictured in my head when. So I wasn't kind of fussing when we first set things up, but I mean there might be a change to things. We might see. I also have more desk over here, which I'm not going to show you because there's still a lot of other boxes and stuff sitting on here. But I would like to utilize more of the desk as much as possible there. So it's again, what I liked about the kitchen table that I was using in my studio was that it could be a nice big surface, especially as we kind of reached the end of our time there in England. So I was able to have that big open wide desk, especially that we got rid of the laptop, which I am not sure is not going to return. We'll see how that goes with things there. It was 2 meters close to the setup outside. Yeah, that's the other thing, is that right now where I am for the outside setup, if hopefully nothing really goes awry outside, because I am on the second floor and I have quite a ways to run out if something is going wrong. So hopefully nothing like that will occur. So there's going to be a lot of testing going on. Actually, I know we have our the sub goal for an outdoor stream. I think that is essentially there's going to be working toward doing an IRL stream in the field, you know. Whereas if we do the initial setup for the telescope when it comes in, and maybe the first stream might actually be out in the back garden for a little bit there. We'll see how that goes. Yogurt Carol, how you doing? Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning. For 3 more minutes here. Yes, how you doing? We are checking out the Virgin Galactic launch, but currently we are they are having a performance by Khaled, which is not what I'm going to be broadcasting for the audio. Don't want to catch any kind of a DMCA strike there, or get a tent like its CD. I don't know if I could get a tent like Andy. Andy has like has a lock on that kind of tent there. You know, with his beautiful bloody handprints in the background. But I think it's we would be all right in the backyard there, with minimal coverage, so long as it isn't like freezing. I don't think it's going to get it's going to be exceedingly cold. it'll be interesting to see just how much I'm going to be able to kind of play with where the scope is positioned on in the back garden there. Because I don't know if I really have to get those legs lifted right up. Because I don't need to see over my neighbor's roof anymore. So we're going to have those much wider views available, which is great. Looking forward to that. And I do have the pardon me, our view ready to go. So we can show you that in a second there. I guess a rough view, because I still need to do that 360 shot of where the scope is exactly going to sit. Because there's a nice window to the... there's a very nice window that we have to the south. And yeah, we do have our... we do have our back garden. This is the first image I had taken. So there's a second one coming up that's a little cleaner. But this is where the telescope is going to sit on the back deck there. So this is already a bonus bit of elevation. So we pretty much, like, now we have a clear view to the west and the southwest. So Polaris will be all right to get from the trees there. This tree will probably get a little bit of a trim, so we can kind of get a little more towards the east. So we do lose a bit towards the east there. However, it is we will have views of M16 and some other southern targets that we just never had before. So we'll get the Omega Nebula, we'll get the Eagle Nebula, and this view here between the two houses, which isn't really well illustrated on here, the scope will be able to see a fair bit even lower on the horizon there. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. It's unfortunately the Trifid Nebula is going to be just too low. So we'll. The only thing I'm thinking is that there may be that little window. See, because if we turn off the ground. See, the Trifid Nebula isn't that far off, so it's almost. I'm almost thinking that we can, because it'll sit a little higher as well in the earlier portion of the evening. So what we're seeing here, this is going to be like almost a nice wide view there. So here, let me go back. Let's go back to daytime here for a second. I think I turned off the atmosphere. There we go. So this is a 360-degree view of my back garden, currently here in Canada. I will be doing a YouTube video on how I got this set up. I know there's other people who have done it, but I also want to just put as a quick and concise video as possible for this, because it's not really... The hardest part of the process is getting your backyard to line up with the north, south, east, and west, just to have that aligned properly, because there's no real indication that I've seen on how, because you align your image from either 1 to 360 degrees depending on where you've taken your image. I think there's probably a way I can shoot the back garden and have it just kind of drop in where it should be. But I think really, because you'll know where your longitude and latitude is going to be, what your elevation is. That's going to be easy to find. It's just that rotation of your image, so it sits in the north, or at least so it's aligned to the north there. But other than that, like, it's for Photoshop, it can be a quick thing. There's other programs you can use. I'll just I'll briefly touch on those as well. You can use for stitching your image together. This one I didn't fuss on the image stitching. Also, I will take a 360-degree view of the back garden with my phone on a tripod, so it's a nice even plane that I'm shooting at. Because when you're shooting with your phone, when you're holding it up there, there's little variations as you're spinning around and thinking that you're going to hold a nice tight circle, and it ends up a little wonky there. So if it's on a tripod, I can just easily move it around the circle there. So it's not as laborious as it seems. It's just a matter of putting the files in the right position and making sure that your location is right within the .ini file for. I'll just quickly open it up there. For this file here, where you're going to have all of your angles and rotation. I'm just kind of briefly moving it around there so I don't completely dox myself there. But that's the file that you got to worry about. And it's really just that angle rotation is where you need to kind of play around with it, where you have to you're going to have to launch the program and close it, open and close it again just to make sure you have that. But other than that, it's not too bad. So doing this one, putting my back garden into Stellarium Live, the first time I had completely forgotten how to do it. So it was a couple of streams over the course of that where we got it positioned where we want it to. I also like that little square of sky that has been made in this picture here. Not that we would be able to shoot through that there, but it's there nonetheless. So yeah, definitely have some new objects that we're going to be able to look at there. And the next clear night that we have, what do we got there? It is, it's looking like Wednesday night, which I'm also anticipating that if we have the equipment being delivered on Wednesday, I wouldn't be fussed on doing a Wednesday night stream, to have our first. I don't know how well it will go. There's going to be a lot of J Tenko. J Tenko. What's going on, sir? Hello, Mr. Tango. How are you, brother? Good to see you in here. Kazuari, Kieran Sango, you handsome devil. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How you guys doing? How is the stream? How did you get on with all of your preparation for Twitch's hottest internet celebrity, letter C? What's going on? Contest. Rooster, how are you guys doing today? For those of you coming in from Jay's stream, welcome on in. My name is Tom. I'm the Astro Canuck. And usually we're going to be doing we will do live astrophotography, but today we are looking at the Virgin Galactic's Unity 22 space flight, and they have landed safely, and they were waiting for them to disembark from their spacecraft, but everything went without a hitch. So they reached about 40 miles above the Earth's surface. They're in the inky blackness of space for a few moments there. So it was the crewed spacecraft with Richard Branson on there. Yeah, a little bit of a deviation from the regular, but we were just waiting on our equipment to arrive from Montreal to Toronto, and it shouldn't be too long from there. And like I was just saying, we may be able to have our first imaging stream this Wednesday evening, and pretty excited for that. That'll be really cool to finally get things back up and running, and hopefully as little hiccups and issues as possible there. One other thing I will run for our friend Jay Tenko, even though it is a Sunday morning, a Sunday afternoon, Maybe it's Friday somewhere.
Every star will die, including our own sun, and eventually all that will be left is a sparse soup of particles and radiation. Even the energy of that soup will be sapped away over time by the expansion of the universe, leaving everything just a fraction of a degree above absolute zero. The TGIF, am I right?
A bonus just for you, Jay. A Friday evening on a Sunday morning. It kind of tastes like a peanut. So, are you all ready for Thursday's debut of Thick? Are you all ready to roll for that, sir? Be interested to. Yes, it's exciting. So yeah, check out Jay Tenko. He is a wonderful, wonderful Australian streamer who's doing some. Jay, thank you very much. Got him. Thank you, Jay, for the 5 months in a row there. Much appreciated. Kieran made a nice trophy for them. Oh, did he now? What was that? Is that what is in your in the YouTube clip there, or is it something else? Because that looks like that is a bomb ass trophy for sure. A different one. Ooh, okay. Is it in his Discord? Is it displayed anywhere? Can we see it? Do we get a sneak peek, or do we have to wait till Thursday? I'm okay to wait till Thursday. It's in the VOD. Alright. Make a clip. Alright. Oh, there is Senior Branson arriving back from the outer reaches of our atmosphere. With their own epic score. I think they said they're also going to be having a bit of a panel, little interview time with them there to see how they experienced it, just how much.
Well, we just witnessed the crew disembark from the spaceship.
How interesting that'll be. Exposed? All right. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, exactly right. It's like.
Oh, Lombre. Wait. Wait, is this mute? Wait, this isn't mute. Got C dot. I gotta.
What is this? This ain't it. Oh wait. Wait. Wait, who posted that? Oh, of course it was Kieran.
I gotta fight. Oh, Lombre. Wait. Wait, is this mute?
Okay. Alright. Hands up, who has not farted on stream? My hands are down. Nobody caught it, though. There's your way out there, Kazuwari. Well, start streaming and eat some beans. Jay doesn't fart. You fluff. Bean stream when. My God, watching. Speaking of beans, our other good friend, the Warship, when he had a stream where he was doing shots of beans for a bit of a charity stream, and he hates beans now. It was maybe a little gross, but at the same time, I don't mind beans. But still, eating beans out of a shot glass, unless the whole point is to develop some flatulence for some kind of channel point reward. I don't know. You're not into baked beans either. Well, there were cold beans as well, so it was just like the congealed bean in a shot glass. Maybe if you warm them up, they're a little more viscous, and you can slide them on down. It's great on beans on toast. That was like the easiest. It's like, what are we gonna eat? Let's just beans on toast. That's wonderful. Kieran wants to make a baked bean sushi. A baked bean soup, like a few beans wrapped up in the sticky rice. Ooh, viscous biscuits. Oh wait, they're doing the replay of when they were taken off there.
This is something only a handful of humans have ever experienced in the world. And for the first few hundred humans who journeyed to space, their flights, look at this. I mean, that footage is incredible.
So cool, just floating in zero-G.
Their flights focused solely on function. But for the next generation of astronauts, we have this opportunity to optimize on experience. And there's just no one better to curate that experience than Richard Branson and Virgin Galactic. I mean, this is just the next generation of space.
It looks like it was a very quick release system, and easily being able to buckle back in, because I would imagine like almost every other harness would require like multiple points of connection there. So for something like this, where you have a very limited amount of time to kind of get your seatbelt off and then get it back on before it's time for landing.
Generation, I mean, that generation is going to grow up with unprecedented inspiration,
They don't talk about themselves much, do they?
access
No, not
to
at all.
space. It's going to fundamentally change the way we live, the way we see ourselves and the world. It's unbelievable to be here today, to get to see this and to be a part of this history.
Yeah, it's so heartwarming there to see Richard with his grandchildren and his family. Back in 2018, on our very first space flight, he wrote a letter to his grandchildren. Let's take a step back and see some history on that.
A letter to my grandchildren. My dad, your great-granddad, was an extraordinary man, full of wise words. He would often remind me that life is wonderful, and it is that simple truth.
Yes, I wonder if I'll get dinged for that.
As I built businesses,
What's going on,
raised my
Samsung?
family, and embarked upon my many adventures.
All right. If there's that music in the background, yeah, no. Yes, Samsung, how you doing? All right, this is the actual clip now. All right, this is from Jay. All right. This is your thick trophy.
Trophy.
Oh, it's amazing.
Oh, she's beautiful. No, don't go. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good.
Look at that shining Pikachu. It's glorious. That's tremendous. That's wonderful work there. Kieran, hats off to you, sir. Very nice. Yeah, so Thursday, 8 p.m. AEST. Check out Twitch's hottest internet celebrity contest with the one and only Jay Tenko. I'll be tuning in. That is 8 p.m. That's, you are 14 hours behind or ahead of me. Ben! What's going on, Senor Naduva? What's going on, Ben? How you doing, man? Good to see you in here. Thank you very much for the tier 1 sub for 5 months. Much appreciated. Welcome in, Supreme Leader of the Brickhead Clan. You see Lego where? There, here, there, everywhere. There's just so many more opportunities to have more Lego displayed all around. Get in there. How you doing? How is your Sunday? What's for lunch? It'll be around 6:30 in the morning, my time. You're going to make me get up at 6. That's fine. I'll be up at 6:30 anyway. Thursday, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Who is your first celebrity? Or is it a surprise? Only if I want to. Of course I want to. It's not like I have to. It's not like I have to watch your stream or anything like that. I'll PayPal you the money later. No, it's always good. You're doing great eating brekkie. It's lunchtime. Unless you're having breakfast for lunch. Although my breakfast kind of consisted of a hash brown from Tim Hortons. So I may have to... I can smell that Bubba Zelnick has got something cooking. Oh yeah, by the way, I have to. It's in my mod contract. Son of a biscuit. Well, you're a mod here too, so you have obligations as well. I don't know what they are. Just make them up. There is very little that mods have to do on the channel anyway here. Just the odd time there can be points refunded. Kick out a bot who wants to make us famous. It's fairly easy going on here, and that's what I always like to be able to convey here. Just the easygoing. I'm liking. It's the first Sunday morning stream back. However, I'm liking how it's going there. I could probably get used to doing some more Sunday morning streams, which will probably entail some of the lesser, the wider reach of astronomy tied onto the channel here. Famous, I was already famous. Oh my goodness, you flatter me, sir. Happy to have you guys in here today, and let's see if are they talking about what the experience was like? Did I miss that? They're talking to somebody. I don't know who this person is. So hard to eat and type. Had a late brekkie because I was climbing this morning. But so glad you're live. It's fantastic to see you back again. And I'm loving the layout behind you. I'm very jealous. Well, thank you very much, Ben. Hey, it's always good to see you as well, man. Always good times in your streams. And we'll be evolving our background as much as possible there. I'm thinking about adding some kind of a, I don't know if a colored light or not, but maybe some other... I have this hard shadow over here that I want to get rid of. So that might mean putting another light over there somewhere to get rid of that. It's a work in progress. We're we're a week and a half in from returning to the streams. So there's always going to be some little tweaks going on there. I'm looking forward to adding some more of the artwork behind on the wall there. The command strips have held up my moon photo very well there, so I'm pleased with that. I might add one more just for good measure, because I've had command strips fail in the past, and I do not want this one to fail, because that was a potentially expensive framing job there, which I did not pay for. I was fortunate enough to have that image framed on my last day of one of my old jobs, which was within a framing company, and they said, print off something, we'll frame it up for you. So they pretty much said, here's this most expensive frame, here's this good glass. In that regard, it was a very nice crew that I worked with. So, but yeah, what were you climbing were you in like a club, or were you like climbing El Capitan or something like that? Were you outdoors, or were you indoors outdoors? It was interesting on just some of the things that they would frame, because it's just all these materials that they have coming together to make a very interesting, ornate type of frame. And just being able to have, like, they would frame anything. They'd be able to cut out any kind of aperture. So that was really interesting what they did. Actually, I'll maybe post another picture. It's a very interesting kind of way they framed this up, because it's a little farther back in the frame, so they've added some depth to it there. The nifty Astro Canuck hoodie should be there Monday or Tuesday. You may have to put on the swag, even if it is nearly 100 degrees outside. No. Wait, is that Celsius or Fahrenheit? That's probably Fahrenheit for you, yeah? Actually, I'm already starting to get a little more. It was cooler this morning, so I had on just this hoodie, but it's starting to get a little... Kelvin, no. There is no safe temperature. Greenwich 4, Jessica, hello. Glad to see you in here. Welcome into the observatory. Thank you so much for the follow. Good to see you in here. Hope you are doing well. Yes, hello. Hopefully Ben has made you some delicious brekkie. Good to see you in here. Hope things are doing well this morning. Very nice to see more Twitch couples popping in there. More streaming couples. It's empty. Well, almost empty. Yes, so what has it's been a long time. What is the schedule and plan like? Interesting question there. All right, Sifu, you're gonna have to go. No worries. Glad to see you in here. Thank you very much for being with us today. Good to see you as always. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next stream. So what is the plan? What is the schedule? Hopefully, Wednesday evening may be our first live imaging stream. It is looking to be as clear as possible. Let's take a look at that there. That green, that's what we want. Wednesday evening, we have very little cloud coverage. We'll have a high dew point, so I'm gonna have to get that secondary heater hooked up on there. However, there's stuff going on in the next couple of days, but at the same time, I'm also kind of including in the back. That's another thing, is once the equipment arrives, the beard ASMR will go away. We'll have some hopefully get everything all set up there. And if it works out that Wednesday is kind of like a two-part stream where we'll have our setup of the equipment earlier in the day, and then do some imaging later on in the night. I'm thinking there may be a little bit of troubleshooting, just depending on how the equipment is going to work out for me there. I know that there may be a little bit of an issue with BlueStacks and the ASI Air communicating now, but we'll see if we can get around that. Only beards when. This is just an OnlyFans dedicated to my beard. Maybe there'll be a chicken wing in it one day. Maybe I'll go like this with the beard. A little bit of chin action. What kind of chin does he have under there? Braid the beard. You'll have to talk to So Adorable, the Mrs. Canuck, about that. Oh my. Oh yes. Because I will trust her to do a better job of braiding it than I would. I tried it once by myself, and I just kept losing it. I kept losing the braid. Oh, she says no. Snap Camera, babe. There's a beardless filter on Snap Camera, and that is freaky. I don't know if that's going to be like that's got to be like a 100,000 point redeem or something like that, or like 8 million bits, because nobody wants to see that cursed image. But I guess I may as well make it some kind of a redeem. It is awful. It's terrible. And thankfully, I don't have SnapCam hooked up on the lap, or set up on the laptop right now, and it definitely wouldn't work either. It'd be terrible. It's not a sight that we want to see. But although now that I say that it's not a sight that we want to see, we'll probably have to make it some kind of expensive channel point redeem of some sort. It's almost inevitable. How expensive?
Where the hell is my ship? You gotta be shipping me. For shit's sakes, hurry up.
Very expensive. Like 200,000 channel points. I don't know. You just do it because it's fun. I think it's hilarious because it sounds like Gilbert Gottfried. I think I'm going to use him for all my voice things. In fact, I'll probably even change up the... I think I'm going to change the Tim Peake one as well to sound like Gilbert Gottfried. You have that much at Kitty's. Maybe you can see if you can transfer all of his points here. 200,000 points for what? There's a SnapCam beardless filter. It's scary. It's god awful. Yes, I hung the moon. It's still standing. It's still standing. It's still hanging up there. I like it. I'll get another one set up before I leave. And then we'll start building up the rest of the artwork around there, so we can fill up that wall there. 130 more to go, and everyone shall see me shaven. I 200,000 was just off the top of my head. We'll see. Maybe I'll have to make some other more attractive channel point redeems to kind of persuade you guys from not saving up. So yeah, so instead of this sound...
Hello there, kids. It is I, astronaut Tim Peake. Ask me a question.
I think I'll change that to Gilbert Gottfried as well. It needs to be more aggressive, though, for that the audio. Because hearing him yell that. The unofficial mascot. You need a tea, don't you? You need a tea there, don't you, there, sweetie? Doranya, Doro, how you doing? All the aggression. Yeah. It's an emergent tea. You got it. What's going on, Doranya? How you doing? Welcome in. Finally catching one of the streams there. Glad to see you in here. We have been checking out the live stream coverage of the Virgin Galactic Unity 22 spaceflight live stream, where they have gone up into space, they have landed safely, and yeah, I think we're waiting on a little bit more of a press conference. We'll see when they pop out there. Beard is glorious. Thank you very much. Thank you. I do what I can to keep it nice and clean, nice and fresh. Sometimes we'll hide a chicken wing in there or two, but that's all right. You wish you had a magnificent beard. How can I make beard merch? Beard trimming giveaway. No. Oh, God. Kieran, why do you want pieces of my body? I don't know if I can just give that away. It's got to be a little more than just a giveaway for that. He is on point. If you have it, he wants it. There we go. All the hearts for Kieran, because he'll want your beard trimmings. He'll steal your heart. Honest opinion, were you as impressed with the launch flight return as you thought it would be? For me, I felt it was a little meh and blah. Looking forward to it. Wasn't nearly well streamed as produced as SpaceX launches. I have no qualms with that opinion there, Quiglius. Definitely not as well put together as SpaceX. This was also their first live stream that they've handled there. So hopefully, they'll grow and they'll kind of get their production a little more on point. But I think it was neat to watch the ship drop, launch off there. But yeah, I still to go back and watch this one, I will not get the same feeling as I do whenever I kind of go back and watch the Falcon Heavy launch. Because no matter how many times I've gone back to watch the Falcon Heavy take off, you get the chills. You get that almost that little bit of a catch in your throat. So I mean, it was great to see them do this. It was great to see them broadcast what they were with a crude launch there. But yeah, it's different. It's a different event with this. But yeah, I do feel that it's a different flavor. I think it'll be interesting to see what is Blue Origin. Is Bezos? Are they going to broadcast theirs as well? Been spoiled for years of high quality production from SpaceX, along with Elon's transparency. I think there's going to be a lot more. We're going to see a lot more of this, where there's how many people are watching this right now? Okay, so it's dropped considerably down from at least 700 some odd thousand. I don't know what the peak was. I was too into watching the waiting to see Branson barf while they were while they were going Mach 3. But yeah, there is that excitement with SpaceX because it is going up into space where these guys are going about 40 miles above the Earth. But still, I mean, it's for some people that's going to be like an incredible thrill to take that journey there and see that this can be viable and affordable. Say affordable, because it's going to be very expensive for quite a while for people doing this. I also wonder what kind of regulations they got to follow for, if what as far as airspace. Do they have like a certain area that they can work with there? All right, Kieran, you got to get going. Have the rest of the great day. Thank you very much, and yourself. Good to see you in here, Kieran. We look forward to seeing you on the next stream or in some other chats, some other areas where you're just gonna want like eyelash giveaways as well. Have a good one, Kieran.
So awesome to arrive on a bicycle and to this across this beautiful New Mexico countryside. And thank you to New Mexico for hosting us, for building this, for everything. Khalid, thank you for performing. We loved. Hello. And where's his lovely wife? Come on. There.
Yeah, so it does seem like their suits are more geared towards the look of like Air Force kind of pilots, less than as it would with the black and white stormtrooper-esque look of SpaceX there. So yeah, it is a totally different feel for the presentation and just how everything is conducted with these flights for space travel, or space tourism. So it'd be interesting to see where they go from here and just how often they're going to be showing any other test flights and just the developments of where they go from here. What are they going to take away from this? What are they going to want to change within the SpaceX ones look really, really nice. It's really, really nice looking. Also, they don't have Under Armour and everything emblazoned upon it there. Less sponsorships, although that's how they're going to pay for a lot of this as well. Looks more like NX-01 uniforms. Yes. Very much. Like, very heavily inspired from that, it looks like. That reminds me, I have so much of Star Trek Discovery to catch up on as well. I'm 2 episodes. No, we're 3 episodes behind on Loki. 2 or 3. We got. There's a lot of TV to catch up on. It did seem like a big infomercial for many companies. All is good. Excited about it. Glad they did it, and look forward to the future of space tourism industry. I mean, it's overarching scheme. It's all positive things for the future. I wonder if you can keep it after paying $250,000 for the round trip, or you have to pay an additional $10,000 for it. I mean, after paying $250K, what's another $10,000 for a flight suit, right? I mean, also, I guess it's in some way, would it not have to be slightly tailored for the individual? Because are those also like some weights or just other devices that are kind of like, I know with some of the flight suits, there's all the pressurized mechanics within it to kind of keep your blood flowing and where it should be. So I do wonder how much customization there has to be, because I know for SpaceX, each flight suit is individually created for that specific astronaut. So I wonder how specific they need to be for these few moments at those altitudes. That'd be kind of interesting to see just what the just how they're going to do it. Is there if there is that incentive? Yes, hell yes, I'm going to keep that flight suit, and then it's going to be my dressing gown, and it's going to be my evening wear, and that's all I would wear ever again after paying all that money, because I would not have another shirt or any underpants left after buying a trip on Virgin Galactic.
Let's do wings now. It has been a tremendous day here in New Mexico.
So I want to jump back for a second here. Yes, what's Chris said for the delivering the wings?
Sycamores and the maples, the little keys, after having worked so hard to grow vertically, are going to detach from the mothership of their tree and float and tumble and plant a seed somewhere else. And the wings that are the Virgin Galactic wings that I have the huge privilege of pinning on the crew are those sycamore seeds and the sycamore wings. It's just a beautiful acknowledgement of the work.
That's kind of interesting, the design that they have for those
and the accomplishment of everybody
for the
here,
wings there.
and specifically these 4 new astronauts. So if I could have you come up first here, please. All right. Go. Everybody, Sharisa Bandla, astronaut!
Will they, not as high key as this, but for every flight, will people be presented with these wings? Will there be a little mini ceremony involved in this? That'd be an interesting thing to see, just how detailed they're going to go into, how special are they going to make this experience for all that money that you're paying. I mean, yes, you're going to altitudes that most people will never have reached. So, yeah, is there going to be a little more to it? I wouldn't be expecting, Chris Hadfield to be there for every landing. But then again, what else are they going to add to this?
The wild vision, the confidence where so many people don't have it, the willingness to take chances, the tenacity to follow it through, and the chance then to celebrate with everyone. And this man's sitting next to me. And so it's a ridiculous honor for me, sir, to be able to give you something that you have earned so handily. Thank you. Nice chest, Richard. That's good.
I guess if they're poking holes in the
this
suit.
Here is Sir Richard Branson, astronaut.
Just make his name just that much longer. Big Zig, how's it going? Good to see you in here. How are you doing this afternoon?
Congratulations, guys.
So they have made the trip up
Well done. The ship okay?
into the higher atmospheres, and let's just ruin the suits with some champagne.
There you go, guys. I'll get out of the way.
Guys, this is thousands of dollars worth of equipment. Please. Should we be seeing this? These suits are very expensive. You're getting them all sticky. You want ants? This is how you're going to get ants. It is a bit of like the end of an F1 race. Maybe if there were 2 flights, and see who could get up and down the quickest. There's a bit of a... A bit of a competition there. Big Zink, you're doing great, except having a bit of a troubleshooting problem with your 3D printer. What kind of problems do pop up with 3D printers? I mean, because there's a lot more. There's a few more moving parts in there than like your regular inkjet. Hello, regular inkjet printer there. Oh, it needs to be without the speech marks, but yeah, let's just ruin thousands of dollars of equipment with champagne. Ants in the spacesuit pants. Ants in the pants. Ants in the pants. What we ever done? Ants in the pants. Ants in the pants. Ants in the pants. Quickest, eh? You didn't have to specify it to land in the shuttle. Kif, hit that ejection button. The hot ends nozzle got clogged and led to one problem after another. I had to switch them out and didn't put an insulator back on. And it turns out you need that to help get up to the right temperature, so I figured it out after a while. It was just super annoying. Printing a mount for your solar filter to go on your Z61. Ooh, excellent. Yeah, I've seen there's like so many little things you can make with a 3D printer that are just going to add a little more life to your scope. That's cool. Yeah, I have like zero experience with 3D printers. So yeah, seeing that you need to, like, that's the other thing, I guess, for clearing out the nozzle once you're finished. Is there like does it just kind of cool off and you just continue pushing out some of the filament till it's cool? Does it need to cool down as much as it? Well, obviously it has to heat up. You got to do it while it's at like 200 degrees. Oh, so does it automatically remove the filament, or do you have to do that there? It's interesting. There's times like, yeah, I'm sure I could do some things with a 3D printer, and then it's like I would probably just like print like useless things, like absolutely ridiculous stuff. Be hilarious. Yours came with a long pin. You got to stick that through the nozzle. All right, so there is a lot of maintenance you got to look after there. That's fair enough. I mean, it's going to come with anything, really. Any CDE and seed. Oh god, I'm terrible at saying names there. Welcome into the observatory. Thank you so much for the follow.
Hey kids, Neil deGrasse Tyson here. Did you know that 8.30662386292 squared is 69? That is to say, the square root of 69 is 8 something. Now please grow up.
Weekman 2048, thank you very much for these 69 bits. Much appreciated. How are you doing today? Walking as your first message with 69 bits. That is much appreciated. Hope you're doing well. There we go. It's not as suggestive as some other 69-bit rewards, but you know. Well, yes, welcome on in. Welcome on in. We have been watching the Virgin Galactic Unity 22 Spaceflight test crewed test launch, and that has gone off without a hitch. Everybody has gone into space and has come back down safely. And it's been a wonderful Sunday morning, a little bit rolling into the Sunday afternoon there. It was originally supposed to start at 9 a.m., but they had a bit of a delay there. So what we're going to do today, what I want to do is send you guys over to, I'm going to send you guys over to the warship. He is celebrating 1 year. It is a 1 year Twitch anniversary. It is a baby shower as well, and you know the opportunities don't always arise to be able to raid the warship, who's been a wonderful contributor to the Twitch community and just a great inspiration there. So I will bid you all a fair adieu. We will see you guys very soon. I'm going to send you guys over to, let's get that ready, the raid, the warship. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Good to see you guys coming in here. Appreciate the raids and the subscriptions and the resubscriptions. You guys are absolutely wonderful to hang out with. Hope you enjoyed the little experiment on the stream here today. But like I said, we'll be back. I'll keep you guys posted on when the equipment is arriving, when we'll do a daytime setup stream, and hopefully everything's going to go well for a stream on Wednesday evening on the 14th. So for now, appreciate you guys hanging out today. We're going to send you over to the warship, once again celebrating this 1 year Twitch anniversary and the streaming baby shower for the upcoming Wii 1. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Good to see you guys here. My name is Tom. I am the Astro Canuck. I'm not here to change the world. I'm here to share the universe. Have a very good weekend, and we'll see you again real soon. Take care.
Baby struggled to latch and had to use the shields. Yeah, that makes... Hey, thank you very much there, Coggle.